So today we are looking at the Fedora KDE desktop spin, which is Fedora 41 beta. So let's quickly boot it in the live boot. So I already made a Fedora workstation 41 beta video. So I already discussed everything about the release dates and the changes and all those things. So I'm just going to show you some basic changes and whatever the changes or the new features, whatever available in the desktop spin. I'm going to show you that much only because I already mentioned everything about the Fedora 41 release dates and all those things. So it will be a very lengthy video, so that's the reason I'm just going to show you some changes only. And also I'm running it on the virtual machine, which is VMware with 60 GB of virtual disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So here you can see our Fedora desktop spin is taking a bit of time here. So it's going to take like 2 or 3 minutes usually in the virtual machine. And also the user experience will be way different when compared to the bare metal. In the virtual machines, in some cases, some Linux distros will show some hiccups here and there, like a kind of laggy thing. And in the bare metal, it's going to same distro in the bare metal going to perform way better. So you need to understand these basic things. And if there is any lag or anything, you just need to understand that it's going to be performing way better in the bare metal. And board, which is the latest desktop spin in the Fedora. I already made a video on it, so if you want to check that out, there are all videos in my channel. And also I'll be posting 2 videos daily, so if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. And always turn on the notification, so as soon as the videos are available, you should be getting the notification. And here you can see the mouse cursor, so it means there should be a few more seconds and we should be seeing our desktop layout. So I think the latest version of the KDE Plasma version should be available in here, which is 6.1.5. I don't think there will be like a 6.2 beta because it's still in the beta process. So here you can see the welcome screen. So if you want to install, you can install after booting in the live boot also. You don't need to install directly. So I'm going to show you the install process later. So let's first check all those things. Before that, let's first change the display settings. Let me change it to my monitor resolution, which is 1920 x 1080. In the VMware, it automatically changes. And also the new changes is the wallpaper here. So I already discussed every main changes in the workstation video of Fedora 41 beta. So let's click on next. And welcome to Fedora. Fedora loves KDE and KDE loves Fedora. You should be seeing these things. And also simple by default, which is pretty much same. Powerful when needed. Next, the discover. Enable third-party repositories. If you want to enable third-party, you can enable or disable. It's clearly up to you. So here you should be seeing all the information. Click next, and that's it. So let's open the system monitor to see how much of resources it's going to consume in the live boot or in the virtual machine. And also when you compare it in the bare metal, it's going to consume lesser resources. You don't see a major resources like a 1.5 GB or less, something like that. You should be just seeing like a 400-500 of difference. So that's the difference you should be seeing. And also the user experience will be a bit better when compared to the virtual machines. And also about the memory and also the CPU percentage will be a bit lesser also. So right now it's consuming like a 1.9 GB. So I didn't change anything other than display settings. I didn't even touch the settings also. So you should be seeing the KDE Plasma version 6.1.5, which I already mentioned in the beginning, and the frameworks version 6.5.0. Qt version is 6.7.2. So you get all the latest updated things like a desktop environment, frameworks, Qt version. In the GNOME version, you should be getting the GNOME 47. In the kernel version, you should be getting the mainline version, which is 6.11. So this is how it's performing. On the application sides, let's see how much of applications are running. So here you should be seeing these are all the applications are running. I didn't open any of the applications here. So these are all the default. On the history side, you should be seeing the graph. So in the 6.1.4 and 6.1.3, there was some issues in the CPU. So I tried in the bare metal and also tried in the live boot and also the virtual machines. I had the same issue, like a CPU was almost like a touching 98%, 97% throughout the video. Even it's a 40 minutes video, it was way too much CPU resource consuming. So it's fixed now. As you can see, everything is running stably. So there is no issue right now. So the process, let's see how many processes are running right now. So the user experience is also good, nothing is laggy or anything. So there is kind of minor lag, so you can just ignore it because of maybe the virtual machine sometimes. And these are all the processes running right now. Let me scroll it down. So as you can see, there is like a minor hiccups. It's okay. So here is our CPU, and I'm going to keep the system monitor in the right side corner throughout the video so you can see all the changes and you can judge whether to use it or not. So this is a beta version. The stable version will be on the October ending or November starting. So I already mentioned all those things, so I don't want to mention it again. So about the system, let's check the about the system and the kernel versions and all those things. So the KDE Plasma already mentioned, frameworks mentioned. So the kernel version you should be seeing 6.11, which is the mainline version right now. Graphics platform, Wayland. And here is my CPU, which I already mentioned in the beginning. And about the settings, we can go through later. So let's open the internet browser, Firefox. Before that, let's check what pre-installed applications you get in the Fedora KDE desktop spin. So there is nothing other than some installer, and everything is mostly from the KDE Plasma desktop environment itself. So you get any without bloatware or anything like that. So let's open the Firefox web browser, and the version you should be seeing of the Firefox is 130.0.1 because that's the stable version of the Firefox. And there is also the beta version available in the Firefox website, which is Fedora 131. But in this Fedora 41 beta, even in all desktop spins, including the GNOME desktop environment, you should be seeing all the updated applications or the latest applications available in the Fedora 41 beta, in the desktop spins and also in the workstation. So let's first check the version. So if you have like a low end PC, it's better to use the Fedora 41 beta, like a LXQT desktop spin or any other desktop spin which consumes lesser resources, because KDE Plasma and the GNOME version will be having taking a lot of resources. So if you have like a low end PC, it's better to go with the Fedora 41 LXQT, Matte, maybe Cinnamon. So this will consume a bit lesser when compared to these desktop environments. And you should be getting all the latest versions of the applications and the latest kernel and also the latest distro. So you can try this type of Fedora. Instead of compromising, you can just choose the other desktop spins and it should be good. So this is the version you get. So let's type in about support, and let's in like a Linux kernel. So here you should be seeing some browser information and also some distro information, version of the browser, build ID, distribution ID, which I already mentioned in the beginning. So Linux kernel 6.11. So let's go to the Linux kernel website. So this is the website or the URL, which is www.kernel.org. So 6.11 is a mainline version. If you don't know what is mainline, you just need to click on the releases. And here you should be getting all the information like a mainline, stable, long-term, and pre-patch, which is RC, release candidate. When you scroll it down, you should be also seeing the end of support for the specific kernel versions. And what is mainline? Here is every information of the mainline. And in order to get the kernel version, you just need to type in uname-r and you should be getting the kernel version. And also you can just type in like a uname-a for the Linux kernel. So if you want the system requirements of the Fedora, let me type in Fedora system requirements. Just type in like that and you should be good with the system requirements. So here is the hardware overview. So in order to run the GNOME desktop environment and KDE Plasma, you need to have like this much of resources. But I don't consider it will be like this, but you need to have like a dual core processor in order to run KDE Plasma and GNOME. And about the RAM, you need to compulsory have like a 4 GB of RAM without any lag or anything. If you want like that, you can just need to have like a 4 GB of RAM and 15 GB of unallocated drive space, but you need to have good resources. So this is the minimum system requirements, and when you go to the recommended, you should be getting this much of resources. So this is exactly you need to have in order to run like a GNOME and KDE desktop spin of a Fedora on beta. But if you choose the LXQT or XFCE, you need to have this much of resources and you can easily run everything. But if you have a lower end PC than this requirements, then you need to try the LXQT or XFCE on your own. And if anything is laggy, then I don't think it's going to work. But if everything is working properly, then you can try those desktop spins. So this is the minimum. This is the recommended. About the resolution of the monitor, this is like a 1024 into 768, but it's a 2024. I think most of the users will be using like a 1366 into 768 or maybe in the 1920 into 1080. So only if they had like a low-end PC, they should be having this much of resolutions, but you can try it on your own and you can decide whether to use that Fedora 41 or not. It's clearly up to you. So never trust anyone on the internet. It's better to try it on your own, do your own research and get all the information. So if anything is laggy, just skip this desktop spin and try other desktop spin until you get the specific or suitable Linux desktop spin according to your requirements. So this is some information about the system requirements of Fedora 41 beta. So OS theme you should be getting Advaita on both sides, which is light and dark maybe. And here is the memory size, 7.7 GB. Keep an eye on the RAM and CPU throughout the video so you can easily judge on your own. So I don't need to say anything. So here is some browser information like a picture-in-picture and all those things, which is unnecessary for the video. So I'm just going to scroll it down. Here is like a Mesa and LLVM pipe information. And also you should be seeing here also. Mesa is 24.2.2. And the window protocol is a Wayland. Desktop environment is a KDE. Here is my monitor resolution, which is a 1920 into 1080 with a 60 Hz. So these are all other information. So if you want anything, you just pause the video and get all the information. So let's go to the Fedora website. So there are already bookmarks available right here. Just click on it. If you don't have any bookmarks, then you need to just type in like a Fedora Linux and the first link will be the Fedora. And about the Fedora 41 beta, here is the announcement. So here you should be seeing all the information like what is a Fedora beta. So these are all the main changes, like a Python 2 is not available, and proprietary NVIDIA drivers installation with a secure boot, and DNFI is the latest thing, and RPM 4.20, and the LXQT, which I already made a video on it. So if you want to check that out, everything is available in my channel. And about the new Fedora Miracle Spin, which I already made a video also, you can just check it out. So these are all the changes which I already mentioned in the workstation. It will be a waste of time in order to show here. So I'm just going to show you the downloading process. So you just need to go to the Fedora project or the official website. So this is the official website, which is www.fedoraproject.org. And here you can just go click here for the beta release information, or else you can just go to the magazines direct, which I already showed you the website link also. So these are all the desktop spins here. So there is no Miracle desktop spin available, but I bookmarked old links, so that's how I opened all those things. So in order to try this stuff, this type of desktop spins, you need to wait. If you're a normal user, it's better to wait for the stable versions. I don't want to give a link and I don't want you to ruin your PC. So the stable version will be available after a few weeks and you should be trying those things. So it's better to wait for the stable ISO files. And in order to get the spins, you can just click on Get Fedora and you can go with the editions like a workstation, server, core and other information, and atomic desktops are available right here. And about the spins, you should be getting all the desktop spins here. And about the labs, here is complete information. You just need to click on the spins and click on the KDE desktop, and here you can see all the information of the KDE Plasma with the Fedora. click on the download and you should be getting the beta, show beta downloads, and you should be getting the ISO files. So this is how you need to download. So I'm just going to close everything because we got all the information. And about the pre-installed applications, you don't get anything here. So let me open the console and let's get some other information like distro information of graphics, Bluetooth, like a network and all those things. So I hope everything is pre-installed. So most of the cases INXI and NeoFetch are not pre-installed. So before going to all the information, let's check the information of the console. So 24.08.0, so you get the latest applications and latest kernel and all those things, so that's a good thing. So let me type in NeoFetch. So command not found. Even if I try the INXI, you should be seeing same thing. So command not found. So let me install all those things and I'm going to come back and type in all those things. So we are back. So let me type in the INXI -SV8 and hit enter. So you should be getting all the distro information. So let's go through all those things one step by step. So host, it says live boot and it's under system. Kernel version, which I already mentioned, 64-bit, and compiler GCC version is 2.43-3. And what else we have here? And about the desktop, I already mentioned KDE Plasma 6.1.5. Qt version already mentioned. Frameworks version is 6.5.0. Here is also the Qt version, which is 6.7.2. And the distro itself is Fedora Linux 41 KDE Plasma. So it says as a pre-release. And here is my virtual machine information, which is unnecessary. And 8 GB of RAM. Available is 7.7 GB. Used is 2.63 GB. Here you can see in the RAM it's consuming like a 2.6 GB. So that's the reason I mentioned you need to have like a 4 GB of RAM in order to run the KDE Plasma and GNOME desktop environment. So when you try it in the bare metal, you should be seeing just a difference of 400 MB or 500 MB, and you should be seeing in the bare metal like a 2.2 GB. So you don't need to have like a 2 GB of RAM. You need to compulsory have like a 4 GB of RAM in order to run this type of desktop environment. So here is the CPU i5 1240p, which is already mentioned in the beginning. So if you are thinking of buying new laptop, don't buy it because of Fedora. So if you just want to try the Linux distributions in that laptop, I don't recommend you to buy anything. If you already have the old PCs like a low-end PC, so you can try the LXQT or XFCE. You don't need to buy a new laptop or a new PC for this Linux distributions, because the LXQT and XFCE will be consuming less resources. You need to have like a 2 GB of RAM and CPU, which I already mentioned. So you can easily run Fedora 41 with the latest applications and all those things. There is no need to buy a new new PCs or new laptops. So let's get back to the video. So vulnerabilities, which is unnecessary. Let's continue with the graphics. VMWGFX version is 2.20. And what else we have here is the display is Wayland. So Wayland version is 24.1.2. Here is my display resolution. EGL version is 1.5. OpenGL version is 4.5. And here is complete information. Like a compact V version is 4.3. Mesa version is 24.2.2, which I already mentioned. Let's scroll it down. And here is the Vulkan version 1.3.290. And LLVM pipe version is right here, which is 18.1.8. And here is the audio information, which is ELSA. Pipewire version is 1.2.3. Here is other information like a network, Bluetooth. I don't have a Bluetooth, so it says no Bluetooth data found. Like a partitions, unmounted sensors, repos. So it's clearly unnecessary for the video, so I'm just going to show you some important part only. Process 338. Uptime is almost 18 minutes. And what else we have here? The init systemd version is 256. Shell bash version is 5.2.32. And INXI version is 3.3.34. About the NeoFetch, I tried the NeoFetch, it didn't install because I need to upgrade all the packages. So it's going to make a video way lengthy, so and also it's going to take a lot of time, and also I'll be posting 2 videos daily, so I don't want to mess up the time. So that's the reason I didn't show you the NeoFetch, but you got necessary information already here, so I'm just going to skip that NeoFetch part. So let me type in cat /etc/issue. So this is the information about the desktop. You can install the desktop by typing some commands, which is sudo dnf install neofetch and also the desktop. So that was some information from the terminal. About the installation, let's open the installer, just double click on it, and let's see whether we have any changes in the installer or anything like that. And about the background of Fedora 41, this is the background or the wallpaper for the Fedora 41 beta. So CPU went almost like a few percentage more, and RAM is almost like a 2.9 GB. So here you get the same installer. So choose your language, click on continue, and it's going to show you some pop-up or a warning like this is unstable. So that's the reason I never recommend beta version or unstable version for a normal user. But if you're a Linux tester or a distropper, you can try the ISO files, because you should be trying however in the virtual machines itself. So I'm just going to click on I want to proceed. So let's wait for a few seconds, and here you should be seeing the keyboard. Choose your keyboard here, click on done. And about the installation destinations, here is the virtual disk. If you have installation drive, you should be seeing the installation drive. And if you don't know how to install the Linux distro on the virtual disk or a main PC, you need to watch some tutorials, because I have a tutorials, but I never made a installation tutorial, like a specific installation tutorials, because I'll be covering every information of that distro, like a installation, desktop features, new features, settings, and all those things, like a terminal information, like a desktop backgrounds and all those things. So that's the reason I never made a specific installation tutorials. Even if I made a complete installation, I don't know in which video I installed on the virtual disk or a main disk, because I made like a 3000 videos. It's pretty much very hard to remember in which video I made installation. So that's the reason I'm recommending you to watch some other channels, which always watch like a short videos, like a 1 or 2 minutes, because installation of a Fedora or any other Linux distribution is not a complicated thing. You just need to watch the specific part, and that's it. So there is nothing complicated. You just need to create a user account and date and time and all those things. So that's pretty much easy. And root account, so I'm keeping default. You can enable your root account and you can provide the password here if you want. So double click or a single click on it, and date and time. Choose your date and time by drop down menu, and here is a manual date and time, automatic date and time options, and the network. So it's already connected. And user account creation, provide the username, full name and username, and all the passwords and all those things. If you want advanced, you can click on advanced. So there is no need like providing your actual name. You can provide whatever you want. So that's the installation, because I need to make another video, so I'm just going to quit it here. And also this is an unstable version. I really don't recommend for the normal user, but if you're a distropper, you already know what to do here. So let's check the settings. So I can't do a stress test because there is literally no applications or pre-installed applications available here. For example, we need like a bit of resource consuming applications like a GIMP, LibreOffice, Krita, Blender. So these are all the resources. These are all the applications which consumes a bit of more resources. So we can see whether the distro will handle day-to-day tasks or not, because a normal user will be opening like a 4 or 5 applications at once. So if we open like a 5 applications, if we see anything like a not responding or maybe a high graph in the CPU and in the RAM, we can assume that we can skip that Linux distro or the specific desktop spin, and we can choose other desktop spin. But in this case, we don't have any much applications, but I'm going to try somehow. So these are all the themes. Again, same things. There is literally nothing changed here. You can change whatever theme you want, or the dark or a light version. So automatically the wallpaper even changed to the night version. So as you can see, let me change it to the light version. If you want wallpapers, you can go to the change wallpapers and see all the available wallpapers. So most of them should be from the KDE Plasma itself. So I don't think there is a new wallpaper available other than this one in the KDE desktop spin. So you can go back and choose another things like a more appearance settings. And what else we have? More behavior settings. If you want to change any settings, you can change it. And about other things, it's pretty much everything is same here. So there is nothing changed in the touchpad. So if you followed the KDE Neon or the KDE website, you should be seeing all the changes. So you already saw all the changes from this KDE Plasma 6. So there is literally no changes other than some bug fixes and all those things. So if you want specific information about the 6.1.5, just type in like a kde.org and you should be getting all the information in the official website itself about the KDE Plasma 6.1.5. Display monitor, accessibility. So everything is same, so I don't want to waste your time, so that's the reason I'm just going to end the video. Wallpapers, themes, printers, everything is same. Power management, I kept everything as a default, I didn't change any settings. And about the region and language, everything is same. Activities, notifications. So I showed every settings and everything in front of you, so I didn't change anything other than the installation of the INXI. So let me do a stress test by opening a few applications. Like let's open Discover, File Manager and the browser. And let's even open the Office suite, which is a LibreOffice. And keep an eye on the CPU and RAM. So it's going to go up until like a 3.4, 3.8 GB. And CPU is pretty much 100%. You just need to ignore this part because we opened all the applications at once. So that's going to be CPU should be going up to a high peak in the graph. So you need to count when all the applications are opened. So if you still see any lag and anything, you just need to skip that desktop spin. But when all the applications are still opening in the background, you just need to wait until everything is opened. And if you see the stable graph, that's a normal thing. And if you don't see a stable graph even after the opening, all the applications are opened, so that's an issue. And also you need to try it in the bare metal. If you see same issues, then it's better to skip that desktop spin and go for the other desktop spin. But there are still applications opening in the background. So I already showed what are the pre-installed applications here. So we covered or opened all the applications or necessary applications. So I think everything is open. Let's check the system monitor. And there is a drop in the graph because everything is opened. So this is when all the applications are opened at a single time. So everything was opening. So you should be seeing again the low graph in the CPU. And about the overview, it's consuming like a 4.3 GB of RAM. So it's pretty much heavy consuming because of a KDE Plasma and the GNOME also. So it's better if you have like a 4 GB of RAM, it's better to choose some other desktop spins instead of KDE or the GNOME. But if you are a KDE fan or the GNOME fan, it's better to try it first and try it in the like a main PC, or if you want to try it like a main PC in a work PC, always be careful. I'm not going to recommend to try it in the main PC or work PC, but it's not a stable version, so it's better to wait until the stable version is released. And if you are still in a confused state, it's better to wait for a few more days, and I'm going to make it a video however. So you just need to wait until like a October ending or a November end, November starting, because that's the stable ISO file going to release. So or else there is a lot of videos will be available in the YouTube, or you can try it on your own, but never try it on the main PC or work PC. And also if you have like a good running Linux distro, don't try to ruin it for just new things or fancy things. It's always better to go with stable and well-known distributions. So if you already have running a good Linux distribution, so it's better to let it run like that. And if you have any issues, then go change for sure. But if you don't have any issues, do run it like that, let it run like that. If you want any changes, watch some tutorials and you can customize your desktop. So don't try to ruin your PC by trying new things. If you already have a stable Linux running, let it run like that. And if you want to update, you can update. You already know all those things, and if you don't know, you can see my workstation video. So this is how it's performing, and also this is how much of a resource it's consuming. So everything is like this. You can add whatever you want. So it's pretty much same thing from the old KDE Plasma desktop environment. So I'm going to switch the applications now. Let's see whether we see any lag or anything. So I don't see any lag. So it's just a heavy resource consuming. So already saw the version of the Firefox, which is 130.0.1, and about the LibreOffice, you should be seeing the latest version 24.8. Let's see other things. Here is our desktop, Discover, and here is our file manager. The version should be 24.808. And about the customization, you already know how to customize, and you already know how to change the preference and all those things. So I'm not going to show you, and I don't want to make a video lengthy. About the Discover, you should be seeing 283 updates. Let's check the updates. So not enough space because I'm running it on the live boot, so that's the reason. So here is all the new changes. Let's click on more information. So here you should be seeing all the changes or available updates. Let me scroll it down. So I downloaded the ISO file as soon as the beta was released, and I was making other videos, so that's the reason you should be seeing all those things. But if you are downloading the latest ISO file today or maybe yesterday, you should be seeing less updates. So I'm seeing like a 1.8 GB of updates available right now. So I downloaded the ISO file on the 4 or 5 days ago, or maybe on the release of Fedora 41 beta. So I downloaded all the desktop spins that day. So that's the reason I'm seeing 1.8 GB. So these are all the changes, and this is how it performed. There was a minor lag, and also it's consuming a lot of resources. It should be different in the bare metal. So you need to try it on your own and give your response in the comment section if you want. Do let me know in the comment section how it performed. So if you don't see any lag or any issues, do let me know in the comment section. So it will help me and also some other viewers also. So this is how it performed. I already said my opinion of how it's performing on my PC. So let me show you the logout screen, and I'm going to end the video. So I covered everything. If I forgot anything, do let me know in the comment section. We can make another video, and do let me know whatever I forgot in this video. And also, if you have any topic about the new Linux distro, do let me know in this comment section. And always search it in my channel whether I made it on in my channel or not, because I cover like a 3000 videos of every type of Linux distros. So if I didn't make any video on that type of Linux distribution, do let me know in the comment section. We can make a video on it. And about the password, there is no password. You just need to click on enter and you should be good. And this is the logout screen of the Fedora 41 beta KDE Plasma desktop spin. So I'll be posting another video after a few hours, so it's better to subscribe and turn on the notification. So as soon as the video is released, you should be seeing another video, because it will take a bit of time. We need to edit, and I need to record and all those things. I need to post it, so it will be like a 4 or 5 hours gap. So it's better to subscribe and turn on the notification, and you should be seeing the video as soon as it's posted. So thanks for watching. Peace out.